पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी, गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी, यशोदानंदन ब्रज रंजन, यशोदानंदन ब्रज रंजन, जमुना तीरा वनचारी, जमुना तीरा वनचारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद, प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद, जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद, प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद। गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव, जय जय गुरुदेव गुरुदेव, गुरुदेव जय जय गुरुदेव। Hare Krishna, Prabhus and Mothers. Welcome to this session of Sri Krishna Janmastami Mahotsav. So there's a beautiful song I'm going to just sing. This is called Sri Nanda Nandastakam. Vyasdev wrote. Shucharu Bhaktramandalam Sukarnaratna Kundalam Shuchara Chitanga Chandanam Namami Nandanandanam Sudirgha pankajam Sikhi Shikhandamurdajam Ananta Koti Mohanam Namami Nandanandanam Shunashikagramoktikam Shachandadantapaktikam Navambudanga Chinkanam Namami Nandanandanam Karena Venuranjitam Gati Karindra Ganjitam Dukulapito Shobhanam Namami Nandanandanam Tribhanga Deha Sundaram Nakhaduti Sudhakaram Amulla Ratna Bhushanam Namami Nandanandanam Sugandha Anga Saurabham Uru Biraji Kostavam Spurashchiravatsalanchanam Namami Nandanandanam Vrindavana Suna Garam Bilashuna Gavashanam Surendra Garbhamochanam Namami Nandanandanam Brajanagana Sunayakam Sadasukha Pradayakam Jaganamana Pralobanam Namami Nandanandanam Aminandanandanam Namami Nandanandanam Namami Nandanandanam Namami Nandanandanam Sinandananda Astakam Pateja Dayanita Taret Bhavavi Dustaram Labetadangri Jokam Namami Nandanandanam Namami Nandanandanam Namami Nandanandanam Namami Nandanandanam. Then we have more, a special song by Bilamangal Thakur, who exhibited a very phenomenon from a lusty Karmi life to greatest devotee Lord Chaitanya wanted to hear. And he was singing a beautiful song after his perfection. It's called Braje Prashiddham Navanita Choram. The translation goes, I offer my respectful obeisances to that foremost of thieves, who is famous in Braja as a butter thief. He who steals the gopis' clothes, and who, for those who take shelter of him, steals the sins which have occurred over many lifetimes. I offer my respectful obeisances to the foremost of thieves, who steals Srimati Radharani's heart, who steals the dark luster of the fresh rain cloud, who steals all the sins and suffering of those who take shelter of his lotus feet. O stealer of my everything, O thief, today I have imprisoned you in the miserable prison house of my heart, which is very fearful due to the terrible darkness of my ignorance. And therefore, for a long time, you will remain, receiving appropriate punishment for your crimes of thievery. O Krishna, thief of my everything, the noose of my devotion remaining forever tight, you will continue to reside in the prison house of my heart, because I will not release you for millions of aeons. So the song goes very simple. Braje prashidam navanita choram gopanganaganam chadukula choram अनेक जन्मार्जित पाप चोरम चोराग्रगण्यं पुरुषं नमामि। श्रीराधिकाय हृदयस्य चोरं नवां बुधश्यामलकान्तिचोरम् पदाश्रितानां च समस्तचोरम् चौराग्रगण्यं पुरुषं नमामि। अकिञ्चनीकृत पदाश्रितं जो करोति भिक्षुं पतिगेहहीनं केनापि अहो भिषञ्चोरयिद्रि दृष्टा श्रुता वा न जगत्त्रयेऽपि यदीयेनामापि हरति अशेषं गिरिप्रसारन्नपि पापराशिम् आश्चर्यरूपननुचोरयिद्रिक् दृष्टा श्रुतवा न माया कदापि दानं च मानं च तथा इन्द्रियाणि पुराणं चरिता मम सर्वमेव पलायेश कुत्र धृतवादिचौर तं भक्तिधामसि मया निरुद्ध चिन्तासि घोरं जमपाशबन्धं विनास्ति भीमं भवपाशबन्धं क्षीणास्ति सर्वस्य समस्तबन्धं नैवात्मनो भक्तकृतं तु बन्धम् मनो मनसे तमसा घोरे कारागृहे दुःखमये निबद्ध लभस्य हे चोरहरे चिराय सचोर्जदोषितम् एव दन्दम् कारागृहे वश सदा हृदयमदीये मद्भक्तिपाशधीरबन्धनिश्चलसन् तं कृष्ण हे प्रलयकोटिस्वातन्त्र्येऽपि सर्वस्य चोरहृदयान्हि मोचयामि व्रजे प्रसीदं नवनीतचोरं गोपाङ्गनानां च दुकोलचोरम् अनेकजन्मार्जितपापचोरं चोराग्रगण्यं पुरुषं नमामि चोराग्रगण्यं पुरुषं नमामि हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादं सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनीति नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे Nirvishesha Sunnavadi Pashyat Deshatarine Vancha Kalpataruvesha Kripa Sindhu Payevacha Patitanam Pavanebho Vaishnavev. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Dear devotees, thank you for joining this session of Krishna Katha on this 2023 Sri Krishna Janmastami Day, Wednesday. According to one authority, Lord Sri Krishna actually appeared on Wednesday, and it happened to be today is also Wednesday. So very coincident, but not coincidence, all Krishna's wonderful calculation. So I'll discuss little brief on Janmastami, and then we'll go to the question answer. There are few wonderful literature our Acharya has given. First is Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto. 1 to 4 chapter describes about Lord Sri Krishna's appearance in Mathura, also simultaneously in Vrindavan. Appearance in a sense that in Mother Devaki's, or I would say Kangsha's prison, Krishna did not take birth. He appeared in a four-handed form, Narayan. And then with the request of Vasudev Maharaj and Mother Devaki, took the form of baby. And then Vasudev Maharaj took the baby to Vrindavan, where Mother Joshoda had a long labor. And she also gave birth of Swayam Bhagavan Krishna and one daughter, Jogamaya. Both took birth there. When Vasudev Maharaj came, he didn't see the origin Krishna. He saw this girl, Jogamaya, and everybody was in sleep. So then he took, he replaced, you can say, took the girl, Jogamaya, with him and left his own son to Mathura back on the idea that Kamsa will not, he was afraid of a son who will kill him. So the daughter he will not kill. That was the original idea of Vasudev Maharaj. And that was, of course, had a conversation with the Lord. So with that note, now in Harivansha says that Krishna's origin already was born in Vrindavan. Krishna's body produced 4 types of most attractive fragrance. You may wonder, like when Krishna appeared, how come nobody knew? Well, the moment he appeared, Vasudev Maharaj also went there in Vrindavan. And when they swapped the baby, Krishna the fragrance of original Krishna and the new baby. Of course, the original Krishna and new baby or baby from Mathura merged in one. It's not like two boys were there in Mother Yashoda's maternity place, just one. But they didn't see how to. Now, one Acharya gave a little commentary that just like we all have super soul right now in our heart, and when you awaken your love for Krishna, then Krishna will actually enter in your heart. Now, nothing to be mistaken. Is Krishna in my heart or Krishna will enter in your heart? Both are correct. Krishna in your heart in a form of super soul. So when from outside, by hearing Krishna Katha, by chanting, by following sadhan bhakti, our connection with Suddha Sattva, pure goodness, which is also known as Vasudev. Vasudev is father of Krishna. Vasudev is also a pure existence of consciousness. When consciousness becomes elevated above three modes to Vasudev, pure, unalloyed, that time you will be able to see Krishna everywhere. You will be able to see Krishna within your heart. So that level of existence is called Vasudev platform, where also takes a form called Father of Krishna, you can say. But to understand that little more mystery, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gave a very nice explanation. In a brief, I can let you all know that Devaki had first 6 child died, one by one by one. No, not died, was killed by Kamsa. I mean, died, but Kamsa killed. And they represent the Marichi's 6 sons. Marichi is a mental son of Brahmaji. From his mind, Marichi appeared. So through our mind also, we have lust, greed, anger, madness, illusion, envy. These 6 enemy that we have in our heart in a conditional state. They actually have to go from our heart. We have to let go lust, greed, madness, illusion, envy. When they came to Devaki, it was very painful because they came in a form of affectionate child. That's why it is difficult to get rid of lust, greed, anger, madness, illusion, envy. Because we like it. Devaki was focusing on Krishna's appearance. So because she was focusing on that, one by one, all the child she had to let go. And of course, Kongsho represent material existence, fear of material existence. We should be afraid of material, Maya. Each of us should be constantly afraid of Maya. As Srila Prabhupada says, one place where he said he was concerned that some of his followers, disciples are not afraid of Maya. We should be afraid of Maya. Of course, Devaki was afraid of Kamsa, but when Krishna came in her heart, then her fear was replaced by the affection, care, protection of her child. She was so much in love with her eighth child. But then question come, from 6 to 8, how did it jump? Who was the 7? The most merciful Guru. Guru's mercy. Baladev, in a form of Shankarshan, came as the 7th child. It's a similar pattern in our life also. When we get rid of all the 6 contamination, 6 enemies, which is contamination of 3 modes, then the mercy of Guru will be revealed. Prabhu's and Mother, sometimes we think we got initiation, but it's not acting well. We have to be serious and pray so that when all 6 enemies disappear, then Guru's mercy actually reveal in our heart. Guru's mercy means what Guru gives. First thing he gives, a connection through Guru, disciplic succession, a connection with Krishna, like a matchmaker. Your relationship will start from there. After 6 enemy goes away, 7th child is Baladev, and then Krishna will appear. So when Krishna appears, then our super soul, you can say, will be replaced. In other words, they are one and difference. As long our relationship is not awakened, it is super soul in our heart. Super soul is like judge. But mercy is above justice, we hear. So when relationship develops, then Krishna takes personal attention to guide us, each of us. That is very important. From Ananda Vrindavan Champu, Srila Kavi Karnapur, Shivananda Sen's son, gave a very beautiful description that how once upon a time Bhumi Devi, the predominating deity of this planet Earth, felt overburdened by different demons posing as member of the royal order. It's interesting, this morning I was listening one class of Prabhupada, and Prabhupada says, ISKCON, Krishna Consciousness Society, through ISKCON, Krishna is appearing. So Krishna is also appearing right now through ISKCON. And if you say, well, Krishna is appearing, how do I see the presence of the Lord? It's the same principle. You have to let go the 6 enemy from your heart. And the 7th, the mercy of Prabhupada will come. And then 8th, you will experience Krishna's presence in your life. So similarly, Mother Bhumi Devi, she was feeling so much burden, feeling aggrieved upon seeing her miserable condition. She went to Brahmaji and appealed to Shirodakshai Vishnu, who is a maintainer of this world. Please deliver Bhumi Devi, who is feeling greatly distressed by these demoniac kings. Only you can remove this terrible influence from the earth. The time for an appearance of the Lord coincided with 2 internal desires of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. First, the Lord desired to descend on earth to increase the fortune of Jashoda and Nanda Maharaj. Also at the time, Krishna wanted to relish the sweet mellow of Sringara Rasa, Paramaud love, while enacting his worldly pastimes. For those two reasons, the Lord appeared within the material creation in this planet. You can say physical location in India, they call North UP, Uttar Pradesh, where this village Vrindavan was there. Another distinction of Lord Krishna's earthly pastime is that when the eternally liberated gopis such as Srimati Radharani, Chandravali, and other appeared, the Shrutis personified also appeared in the homes of other gopis because they had previously cultivated the desire to serve Sri Krishna as Braja gopis. The Dandakaranya sages, upon seeing this Shakya Bhav, the sweet conjugal relationship of Lord Ramachandra and Sita Devi, desired to have the same relationship with their Lord Madan Gopal. And upon attaining perfection in their sadhana, they achieved the fortunate position of appearing as gopis in Vrindavan. Jogamaya. Now, some of you may be not familiar with all those names, but just hear it. It will act. It will enter in your heart and you will get familiar how Krishna appears. I'm just giving a little short explanation. So Lord Krishna, Jogamaya, Lord Krishna's pastime potency, who possesses unlimited abilities, appeared invisibly in Gokula to arrange this and perform other difficult tasks on behalf of the Lord. And if you remember, I mentioned few other sessions that how Krishna Lila takes place. It's very simple. Just like making a movie. Hello, Dr. Keith. Nice to see you. If you remember, Hare Krishna, how to make a movie. To make a movie, you need a script first. Somebody has to write the script. So you think Krishna Lila is like this. Krishna himself writes, Bhagavan, God, Supreme God, he writes what he wants to do and how he is going to deliver the people. He writes. So he's called script writer. Then to make the movie or cinema, you need a director. You need a producer, director, and then you need a hero and heroine or actor, actresses. So in Krishna Lila, how he appeared, Jogamaya is the director. Now, some of you ever went to a movie, a play. If you remember, when you see a play, you see the actor, actresses, but you don't see the director on the stage. Because director stays behind the curtain. Director guides, hey, it's your turn. Hey, your turn. Now you say this, now you like this. So Jogamaya arranged the whole show. And Krishna is the actor. And Radharani is the actress. And all the Brajavasis are in the assisting these two actor, supreme actor and supreme actresses, Radha and Krishna, and perform this whole beautiful Leela. Nanda Maharaj, Jashoda, and other appeared also in Vrindavan by Jogamaya's arrangement before the Lord. Gopas, gopis, other eternally liberated associate appeared after the Lord. Then those who had attained perfection by sadhana. Sounds familiar? We are all doing sadhana. Why? Because one day we will also enter into a planet where Krishna and Radharani, they are perform their lila and will enter there. And Krishna will accept us, final acceptance called Vastu Siddhi. And from that moment, you will be eternally in Krishna Loka. So be excited. Whether we make it by this life, hopefully we should make it by this life. If not next life, but some way or other, we are on the track and we're going there. So learning of Krishna's imminent appearance, this planet Earth, personified, Bhumi Devi, feeling like a wife happily greeting her husband after long separation. Bhumi Devi, the earth personified, she's also a person. It's not like we are building a house on this planet, but the planet is a person also. She's Mother Earth. She's Bhumi Devi. She's a person. She's a conscious being. We may not see like this when we walk or we see the trees and others, but she's a person. When there is a demoniac nature predominating, she feels the pain, just like a mother feels pain seeing her children sick. So then she prays that time Krishna's birth, the general mass of people tested the inner bliss that devotees forever relish. Now, auspicious sign abounded everywhere that time when Krishna appeared. As Vishnu's conch shell Panchajanna opens in a clockwise fashion, similarly, auspicious sacrificial fires glowed in all directions. This is in Bhagavatam also confirmed. Pure, gentle breezes brought a refreshing coolness, like devotees who satisfy and sanctify everyone with their calm, sweet, and affectionate behavior. Prabhus and mothers, when Krishna appeared, the whole atmosphere became as completely purified as the heart of a devotee. Devotees once again found peace, prosperity in worshipping the lotus feet of Lord Hari. The trees, all of a sudden, filled with fruits and flowers. Nobody knows how, because Krishna just appeared in this planet. Of course, there is something also bad happened, like envious demons exhibited various inauspicious signs of degradation, such as rapidly aging bodies, symptoms of imminent death, the desire vines of celestial denizens seem to be hanging in the air as if eager to produce fruits. At that time, all the directions became felt as pure and joyful as the mind of a devotee who has received the mercy of Lord Hari. Just as jams, mantras, or medicines can remove a poisonous disease from the body of a man, the advent of Lord Krishna relieved the world from the contamination of material existence. I hope you all experiencing this because he's appearing today. And sinful effects of the demon, happiness gradually replaced the distress in everyone's heart. A side note, Krishna reminded me, many years back I read in Vaishnav Tasoni, that when Vasudev Maharaj was carrying baby Krishna from Mathura to Vrindavan, while he was crossing the Jamuna river, as he came on the bank, there's so many horrible hyenas and wolf, and you wonder where they come from. No, they're not animals, they're demons. They also watch. They all started like making a scary sound and trying to attack Vasudev Maharaj. In the dead middle of the night, Vasudev Maharaj is in love with his newly born baby, Supreme Lord Krishna, and is trying to carry the baby to Vrindavan. But these hyenas, all this demoniac people, they just appeared in that form to eat the Supreme Lord's form. Of course, as Vasudev Maharaj was so afraid, he was praying. Of course, he knows his son is Supreme Lord, but he's praying to Narayana also. All of a sudden, giant lion just appeared from nowhere. Any one of you would guess who is that lion, from where it comes from? Because all the incarnation of Krishna resides in...
Hanuman?
Who is it?
Is it Hanuman?
No. Nishingadev. Nishingadev is also there at the border of Vrindavan. Nishingadev appeared as a giant lion and finished all those demoniac demons who took the form of hyenas and wolf to attack Krishna. So that was already his function began. His function, three main functions when Krishna appears. One function is to kill the demoniac nature of the people. And second function is to establish eternal religion in the world. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha duskritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami juge juge. So these verses from Bhagavad Gita very nicely depicts. But out of three, these two can be done by others. But the third one, to reciprocate with the devotees, only Krishna can do, because they love him. No incarnation can do that. When you are in love with Krishna, Krishna has to come. Lord is so merciful, and he reciprocates. This is a main reason why Krishna comes, to awaken that love and to establish that our eternal relationship by reciprocating with each of us. So, as Kavi Karnapur, I'm just paraphrasing what I read for a few times. The bodies of all creatures manifested extraordinary beauty and youthful vitality. Men felt extremely joyful. Prabhus and mothers, you should be joyful today. Krishna is appearing. Justin may be in Las Vegas, but he is joyful because Krishna is going to appear. It's so wonderful. So throughout the world, people behaved cordially and interacted amicably. Happiness twinkled in everybody's eyes. At the end of Dwapara Yuga, which completely destroyed faults and doubts, an auspicious, favorable obstacle, free time appeared on the 8th day of the waning moon in Bhadra month. Bhadra month in Vedic calendar, which is today. Bhadra month, this is the month, and waning moon. Now, everybody, you wonder, like, Krishna is a full moon. Why he's appearing on 8th day? Because our conception of God is not Krishna alone, including Radharani. And Radharani will appear on the waxing moon 8th. So this 8 and 8 makes 16 is the complete moon. In other words, Radha Krishna together is complete absolute truth. To us, Krishna is Supreme God, Radharani also Supreme God. But they are one in their origin, take two different forms to increase the relishment of this transcendental mellow of love. Today, also the nakshatra, the star in the sky, well, when it gets little down, sun goes down, you will be able to see that star. Rohini nakshatra is there when Krishna appears. And as the living entity comes out from the womb of his mother, the moon appears on the lap of the eastern direction. Yogeshwar Sri Krishna, the personification of complete bliss, appeared amidst great festivities. Vrindavan, everybody, Brajavasis, were dancing and singing for days. They're happy. Nanda Maharaja's son going to take birth. Do they know Krishna is Supreme Lord? Yes, they do. But just like during the daytime, you don't see the moon or the stars, but they are there. They are in the background. Similarly, their knowledge about Krishna is in the background, not in the forefront. Forefront is their affection, love for Krishna. So they don't even think he is Supreme God. But they do. Because nobody can enter in Vrindavan unless they have complete devotion. Complete devotion means submission and affection together. Submission means 100% you surrender. In order to enter into Vrindavan, there is no possibility. I'll figure it out when I go to Vrindavan, whether I'll make 100% or not. No, no, no. You are not entering in Vrindavan. You will be outskirt. You make the submission, you are in. Because it's a conscious revelation. Vrindavan is a concept of highest level of existence. It's another level of existence. Vrindavan can be anywhere, everywhere, wherever pure consciousness, your love for the Lord. Vrindavan will appear in your house. Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes, Jedina grihe bhajana dekhi grihete golak bhaya charana sidhu dekhiya ganga sukhana sima paya. So these songs, they confirm that yes, Goloko can appear when your dedication, devotion matures. So due to austerities performed in previous lives, Vasudeva and Devaki received the opportunity to momentarily relish parental affection for Lord Sri Krishna when he appeared before them in his form as Vasudeva. Thereafter, in fear of Kamsa, Vasudev brought Vasudev Krishna to Gokul. Now I hope you pay notice that Vasudev and Vasudev, they are not same person. Vasudev is the father, Vasudev is the son. Supreme God name is long A, Vasudeva. And Vasudeva, short, is the father. In other words, when your connection through your consciousness connects with pure goodness, that is called Vasudeva. Then Vasudev, Lord, will be visible to you. We all have that access if we want to connect to Krishna. How soon, how fast, it's up to you. You can. So there, the Supreme Lord appeared as Govinda, simultaneously in Mathura, also in Vrindavan, before Nanda and Jashoda. His eternal parents who have been smothering him with the sweetest form of parental love since time immemorial. The four symbols of Vishnu, Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma, adorned his hands and feet. Flute, flower, garland, Kosto, Muni, although present within him, had not yet manifested. Some of you, if you ever come to confusion like, isn't Kostovo jewels is eternally on Krishna's body? Yes. How come Kaliya, the demon Kaliya, after he got delivered, his wife gave the gift to Krishna with these Kostovo jewels? This is for Leela purpose, Jogamaya create this. But Kostovo jewel is eternally with Krishna. But Jogamaya also manifests that Kostovo jewel to manifest from the jewelry gift box of the wives of Kaliyas to Krishna. And Krishna takes it and keeps it with him on his neck, like that, on his chest. So in fear of cruel Kamsa, I'm going now over there in Mathura, Vasudev decided to transfer all his wives except Devuki to Gokula. He sent Rohini to the house of Brajaraj, Nanda Maharaj. By the sweet will of the Lord, Jogamaya arranged for the seventh child of Devuki, Balaram, to enter into the womb of Rohini, from Devuki's to Rohini's. If you know very little details in it, you can put together all the different lila, why, how the parents are relishing. For an example, Shankarshan, who was, you can say, in Rohini's womb, and they grow up for 12 years. Vasudev and Vasudev Maharaj in Mathura, he never saw his son Balaram until they came out of Vrindavan to Mathura. And he missed and he cried, I wish I could see my other son Balaram. And in Nitanda Prabhu's Lila, the same Balaram came as Nitanda Prabhu, and for 12 years, he gave 100% to his Vasudev Maharaj and Devaki, who came as Nitanda Prabhu's mother and father. Just completing that. So back to there, Balaram appeared in the home of Brajaraj Nanda before the birth of Krishna. Lord Hari, who is bliss personified, appeared in the home of Nanda Maharaj, the king of Vrindavan. For three reasons. To engage the self-satisfied sages in devotional service, to please the devotees by performing sweet transcendental pastimes, and to relieve the earth burden. At that time of his majestic birth, Krishna employed his Yogamaya, inconceivable potency, to appear in a body of eternity, bliss, and knowledge. Everyone in the maternity room swelled with joy upon seeing the Lord's exquisite transcendental form that looked like creeper of beauty. Now, if you ever wonder, as I mentioned, now Mother Joshoda gave birth. How come she didn't know? Because Jogomaya conducting this. Vasudev has to come. Vasudev Maharaj has to leave his son and take the daughter. So this episode had to take place. And then as soon the other son came, um, other Krishna, Mathura Krishna came, and Vrindavan Krishna, they merged into one. Then all of a sudden, the fragrance from the body of this beautiful boy just took birth, awakened everyone. So highly contagious fragrance, so pleasing. You will not be able to sleep. So they all woke up. Of course, Joshoda's son started crying also for milk, breast milk. There was a dilemma. There was a problem. Problem was that he was so beautiful. The baby was so beautiful. Joshoda Maya wants to look at him. More she looked at Krishna, more she cried because his unparalleled beauty. I don't know if any one of you ever experienced this. When you see the most beautiful person, you can't hold within your heart. You just start crying and trembling like all these symptoms. Krishna's beauty is superseded. But then Krishna cried to drink the breast milk, her affection coming in the form of breast milk. But Mother Jashoda also wants to look at his form. Everybody else wants to look at his form. Such a contagious form, such a attractive form. Mother Jashoda resembled a lake of spiritual ecstasy, in which a brilliant blue lotus of personified bliss had appeared. That's how Karnapur, Kavi Karnapur explained. Neither the wind nor the bees relished the fragrance of the blue lotus. That unborn lotus was never touched by the waves of the modes of nature. Even Lord Brahma could not see it. What to speak of ordinary man? After Joshoda and her family member fell asleep in the maternity room, Hari cried beautifully like a newborn baby. His crying sounded like the "Oh" by the yogis or purified soul. Auspicious arrival of his pastimes. Omkar is a transcendental vibration that has previously emanated from the mouth of Lord Brahma. When the Braja ladies of Vrindavan heard the sweet sound of Krishna's crying, they woke up, ran to see the Lord. With the mellow of their matchless overflowing affection, they anointed his body. The natural fragrance of Krishna's body smelled just like a musk. After the ladies bathed Krishna in sweet ambrosia, he looked cleansed and beautiful. Then they smeared his body with fragrant sandalwood pulp. The presiding deity of the house sent a champaka flower, resembling the flame of a lamp, into the maternity room to worship that ornament of the three worlds. With the strength of his little arm, delicate as the tender leaves of a tree, sweet baby Krishna made all the lamps in the maternity room look like a garland of lotus flower buds. The ladies of Vrindavan, Prabhu's and mother, saw baby Krishna like a blossoming flower made of the best of blue sapphire. I hope you all know what is blue sapphire. Like a newly unfurled leaf of a tamal tree. Krishna looked like a fresh rain cloud, decorated with musk tilaka of the goddess of fortune of the three worlds. The ointment of the greatest auspiciousness lined his eyes. His presence filled the maternity room with good fortune, although he's a mere baby. Krishna had a head full of curly hair. He was born with the most attractive curly hair. To hide this unique sign of his hands, he had gold, fish, conch. These are auspicious signs. There are 50 signs. 8, 1 palm, 7, and then 18 and 17. 17 and 18, 35, plus 8 and 7, 15. Just total 50 signs. Beautiful. Mother Yashoda awoke amidst the joyous chattering of the elderly gopis. Leaning over the bed, she admired her gorgeous son. But upon noticing her own reflection on Krishna's body, she imagined in another woman. This is Karnapur Prabhu writes, thinking that a witch had assumed her form to kidnap Krishna. Because Krishna's body is so beautiful. Jashoda became bewildered and yelled, "Get out of here! You go away!" There was nobody. It was her own reflection. Spontaneously, she cried out to Nishingade to protect her precious son. Prabhus and mothers, you chanting, singing Nishinga prayers every day, this will be eternally with you in Golok Vrindavan also. Beholding Krishna's tender face, Jashoda showered tears of affection that looked like an offering of a pearl necklace. Jashoda saw Krishna's body as a mound of dark blue musk, softer than a butter churned from the milk ocean. Overflowing with nectar, his charming body appeared like a foam of milk. But being dark blue in color, it seemed the foam was full of musk juice. Admiring the supremely delicate form of her son, Jashoda worried about his majesty safety and feared the touch of her body might hurt his tender body. Krishna's body was so delicate, so beautiful. As she leaned over the bed, Jashoda bathed Krishna with the milk dripping from her breast. Prabhus and mothers, if you wonder why we do the Abhishekam, bathing in our temple, because of this. And every bathing, you will see there is always milk. Generally, three sets. First, you bathe with the milk and panchamrita, yogurt, ghee, like this, 5 preparation. And then you have fruit juices, different juices. And then you have, third one is different herbs. So like this, elderly gopis also came there, Jashoda, and they say, Jashoda took cares the baby in her lap and affectionately pushed the nipple of her breast into Krishna's mouth to feed him. Due to Jashoda's intense love, personified bliss flowed from her breast as steady streams of milk. When milk sometimes spilled out of Krishna's bimbo fruit, red lips into his cheek, Mother Jashoda would wipe his face with the edge of her cloth. After feeding her son, Jashoda gazed affectionately at him in wonder. She saw her child's body as made of dazzling blue sapphires. His mouth resembled a red bimbo fruit. His hands, feet looked like exquisite rubies, maroon, red maroon color, so attractive. Krishna's nails shone like a precious gem. In this way, Jashoda thought her child was completely made of jewels. Then she perceived that his naturally reddish lips looked like a banduka flowers. His hands, banduka flower is like not exactly lipstick, but very attractive lipstick, you can say. Like he was born with it. Eternally, his lips are like that, Krishna's lips. Then she perceived that his naturally reddish lips look like banduka flower. Krishna's hands, feet Java flower. Java flower is I think, hibiscus flower. I'm sure you are familiar, maybe some of you. It's a very attractive reddish flower. They worship to Kali. His nails look like a mallika flower. Very attractive, uh, particular um, look that you can't resist. So Joshoda mother thought Krishna's whole body is made of flower, blue lotus flower. He doesn't appear to be mine. How did I get him as my son? After this deliberating within herself, Joshoda became stunned in amazement. Not like an ordinary child, in the hospital or somewhere, is all this intestine, like blood, all these things. No, not like that. I was completely surprised and astonished by Mother Joshoda and everybody. Krishna looks like a most attractive piece of jewelry. Is he made of jewels? Yes. But his body is jewels, not that he has jewels. The beautiful soft curly hairs on the right side of Krishna's chest resemble the tender stems of a lotus. Seeing the mark of Srivatsa on his chest, Joshoda thought it was breast milk that may previously spilled out on his mouth. She tried unsuccessfully to remove this, but milk stays with the edge of her cloth because it is eternal. Struck with wonder, Joshoda thought this must be sign of a great personality. Now observing the sign of Lakshmi, a small golden line on the left side of Krishna's chest, called Sri Vatsa. Joshoda thought a small yellow bird had made a nest amidst the leaves of a tamal tree, because Krishna's body is the same as tamal tree. I don't know in English whether there is an English name of tamal tree. They call tamal tree. Looks like a rain cloud, like Krishna's body color. In Vrindavan, you can see. Could this be a streak of lightning resting on a rain cloud? Or could it be golden streaks marking a black gold testing stone? Krishna's delicate leaf-like hands and feet, glowing pink like a rising sun, look like cluster of lotus flower floating in the Jamuna. Sometimes Joshoda saw the curly dark blue locks of baby Krishna as a swarm of bumblebees surrounding his face. Intoxicated from drinking too much honey nectar, the bees just hovered in the sky. His thick, beautiful blue hair appeared like a dark night. Krishna's two lotus eyes looked like a pair of blue lotus birds. His cheeks resembled two huge bubbles floating in a lake of liquefied blue sapphires. Krishna's attractive ears looked like a pair of freshly unfurled leaves growing on a blue creeper. The tip of Krishna's dark nose appeared like the sprout of a tree. His nostril looked like bubbles in the Jamuna river. And the daughter of the sun god, that Jamuna Devi. Krishna's lips resembled a pair of red flower buds. Krishna's chin rivaled a pair of ripe Radhambuja fruit. Every acharya gave so nicely commentary. Kavi Karnapur gave a vivid explanation on this. Seeing the extraordinary beauty of her son fulfill the purpose of her eyes, Mother Jashoda says, I do not need to see anything but my son. Submerged Jashoda in an ocean of bliss. The elderly Brajavashi ladies, in maternity, the men's are not allowed, only the women's. So Brajavashi ladies addressed Brajaraj Nanda, O most fortunate one, you fathered a son. Previously, Nanda Maharaj had felt deeply aggrieved over his long-standing inability to obtain a son. His heart was like a small lake that had completely dried up during a long, hot summer. But when Nanda Maharaj heard of his son's birth, he felt as if dry lake of his heart had been blessed with sudden downpour of nectar. The gentle sound of Krishna's voice removed all his grief and lamentation. Now Nanda Maharaj bathed in the rains of bliss, swam in the ocean of nectar, and felt embraced by the joyful stem of the celestial Ganges. Eager to see his son, Nanda's body thrilled with astonishment, waves of ecstasy as he stood outside the maternity room, because he had accumulated heaps of pious activities. It appeared that the king of Vrindavan was now shaking hands with the personification of pious deeds. Anxiously standing in the background, Yogamaya induced Nanda Maharaj to enter the maternity room. He rushed in to see his son, the personified seeds of condensed bliss. Nanda Maharaj, it seemed that all the auspiciousness of the three worlds now residing within Krishna, the original cause of everything. Nanda Maharaj saw his son as perfectly charming person. The kajal, the what do you call in English, the black ointment on the eye, the ladies put around Krishna's eyes. Krishna was born with that. He looks so attractive, as if somebody just painted the ointment, so attractive. No, nobody painted. It's eternally there. As the very embodiment of Nanda's good fortune, Sri Krishna bloomed like a beautiful flower in a garden of desire. Now you have to remember, Nanda Maharaj never did any jagna to have a child. He didn't have a child. He was trying all kind of austerity. But why he didn't do a jagna, fire sacrifice, to have a child? He was not looking for a child. He's looking for a particular form of a child that would come to in his dream all the time. And particular form would appear, and he in his dream, and he would share this to his wife Joshodama, and he would talk about it. So beautiful, this boy. And Mother Joshoda, one day Nanda Maharaj saw that boy actually transformed from his heart to Mother Joshoda's heart. And Joshoda Mata also had a dream. He said, that boy is playing in our backyard. And he was so beautiful, so attractive. We don't want a child. We want that boy to be our child. So it was very specific. And today when Krishna appeared, Nanda Maharaj was so happy. It is more than his dream. Completely satisfied every way he ever thought. His brother, Sunanda, Upananda, relatives felt extremely joyful. All the Brahmanas perform yajna, fire sacrifice, purification for Krishna's birth. To ensure his son's welfare, Nanda Maharaj donated newborn calves to each and every Brahmana. He donated unlimited cows, gold coins. Now in Vrindavan, nobody make gold coins, no record, but eternally they are. Whenever Nanda Maharaj needs, all of a sudden millions of gold coin comes and is donating them to all the Brahmanas, whoever comes. There was no beggar in Vrindavan. Jogomaya went to the demigods, hey, Lord has appeared and his father wants to donate, but there is no beggar. All the demigods, they say, we will become beggar. So they came as a beggar. While going to Jamuna, Nanda Maharaj saw all these beggars and he started giving them thousands of gold coin each one. So much so that they have to carry. They cannot even carry. So he gave a bullock cart for them to carry. While Nanda distributed charity, the Kamadhenus, touchstone, desire tree lost their power to produce valuable items. Even the jewel producing ocean lost their stock of jewels. The goddess of fortune, the abode of lotuses, had but one lotus in her hand. The auspicious news of Krishna's wonderful appearance spread all directions by word of mouth. Delight danced in the hearts of Nanda, his brother Upananda, Sunanda, and all other coward mans, coward girls, coward mothers, children. Gopas brought many varieties of delicious dairy products such as milk, yogurt, butter. Prabhus and mothers, when you go to home or to gathering, take something, some fruits or something for Krishna. He is going to appear. Bring some gifts. If you ever wonder what to do in Janmastami, bring some gifts. These are required. So all the Brajavashi bought so many gifts for this baby and his parents and all the people to enjoy. Bedecked with many precious jewel ornaments, the Gopas appeared very handsome. They dress. Also, we should dress beautiful to go to temple. Because Braja Gopis, Braja Bashis, mans, everybody dressed beautiful, yellow cloth, defeating the brilliance of lightning, held stuff topped with gold and jewels in their lotus hand. As a great ocean spreads its waves in all directions, the birth of Krishna filled the Brajavasis with unbounded bliss. The Gopas and Gopis enjoyed a grand festival by happily eating and splashing each other's bodies with a mixture of yogurt, butter, milk, and condensed milk. Society girls visiting Nanda Maharaj's house, experiencing more happiness than they ever felt since their birth. Their mind saturated with joy and satisfaction. Hearing the delightful description of Krishna's birth, carried away the chariots of their mind and made them abandon all their duties. They became possessed with the desire to see Krishna. Sparkling rubies hung from the necklace adorned the society girls. The diamond-starred armlets show more beautiful than drops of crystal clear water. Everybody was beautiful. Whole Vrindavan was saturated with beauty, fragrance, all attractive. To worship Krishna, they brought golden trays full of auspicious articles such as fruits, flowers, yogurt, durba grass, uncooked rice, jewel-bedecked lamps. They covered the offering plates with splendid yellow silk clothes, held them in their soft lotus hand, their jeweled ankle bells vibrated pleasantly as they walked. Prabhus and mothers, this way the whole celebration was wonderful. And of course, there was a drummer cymbal drums, various big drums, mridanga, kartals, singing, dancing, all over. The festival drowned the gopis in an ocean of joy. After offering oil, vermilion, garland, utensils in charity to all the assembled gopis, Rohini, the wife of Vasudev, asked them to bless Krishna upon completion of the sacrifice. Upananda and other relatives felt constant happiness while taking their baths. Keeping the king of Vrindavan in the front, Nanda's relative offered opulent clothes, jewel ornaments, taboo, garland, sandalwood bulbs to the guest. Then they humbly requested in an attendance to bless that wonderful, auspicious boy who had just appeared in Vrindavan. Prabhus and mothers, if you want to be Brajavashi, then Brajavashi, they offered Krishna 3 blessings today. One blessing was, let this boy enjoy like anything. And another blessing was, let this Nanda Maharaj's son live a long life. So have a long life, good health, and enjoy like anything. These are the 3 blessings every Brajavashi gave. So if you want to copy the Brajavashi, you can do that. Today you can go to temple or in your altar and tell Krishna, may you have a long life. Don't put those logic, oh, he's eternal. No, don't put those logic. Those opulence, majestic aspect has to be under sweetness aspect. Yes, may Krishna, Nanda Maharaj's son, live a long life. May he have the strongest, toughest body so he can enjoy forever. That's how they gave the blessing to Krishna. And Krishna was, of course, baby, getting so many durba grass and rice paddy on his head, getting blessings. And he started a little sneezing and then he fell asleep by their affection. Okay, Prabhus and mothers, this is the shorter version of Krishna's appearance. Now, I made a lot of questions. I don't know how many I can cover. I doubt. Anybody has any question that wants me to address? I can address those, will be probably more practical. Why two-armed form of Krishna considered the highest? How can we understand that Krishna has always been, has no origin? We see that everything in existence has a cause. How does Krishna not have any cause? Those are very nice questions. It took many days. How can God have a mother and father? How can he be born if he is the origin of all things? Does Krishna apparently interact with Maya in his Prakot Lila? Is Krishna fully satisfied in himself? Then what is the purpose of manifesting his all these pastimes that he needs? And what is the need? Does he needs us to make him happy? Does he needs us at all? So many questions were made. According to Bhagavad Gita, Krishna sanctioned our action. Why does Krishna enable some people to develop faith in him while enabling others to be atheist? So any one of you in the Zoom would like any question to be addressed, then we can do that. Otherwise, I'll continue reading these questions from my iPhone. I have this question that we made it. Is God masculine or feminine? I hope you like those questions. How can we understand that Krishna has always been, has no origin? That's also a very nice question. How can one logically prove the presence of God? That's generally for newcomers. How can Supreme Personality of Godhead have a relatives, friends, parents, everybody? How to understand that? By the way, just to let you know, in previous pastime, in the beginning of today's discussion, in previous pastime, in Ram Lila, this is in Vaishnava Tosani, explained that Mother Earth, who came in her original form, took Sita Devi away, and that made Lord Ram very angry. So in Dwapar Yuga, this is in Treta Yuga, in Dwapar Yuga, when Krishna appeared as a supreme incarnation, Mother Bhumi Devi did not come as a in her original form. She came in a cow form because Krishna is very affectionate to cow, and she was afraid that he may still remember that I took his consort away in Ramlila. So, and she took shelter of Brahmaji. So this way, she appealed to the Lord. Of course, Lord appeared for 4 reasons. I hope you all can understand, remember that. First was to relieve the burden of the earth. But how? In 4 ways. One is by relieving the sage's curse and blessing by killing those demons in Vrindavan. Because sages cursed, when sages cursed, even Nalkuber Manigriva, you remember Narad Muni blessed them that Krishna will deliver them. Like Dhenukasura, Balaram will deliver. So all these sages curse them or bless them. So Krishna had to fulfill that. That's one. Second is relieving demigods' blessing, like Lord Shiva bless Kamsa. Kamsa became so powerful. He said, I don't want to get killed. Nobody can kill me. But I can kill everyone. That was very difficult for Shiva. Then Shiva says, how about nobody can kill you except your nephew? So Kamsa said, okay. So that's how Krishna also had to come as nephew. Then 640 million, the demoniac nature ruled this planet. And Krishna had to annihilate them in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Of course, he gave them higher destiny than where they were. And fourth reason is relieving all the demigods that joined in Krishna Lila to also release them and went back to their responsibility. So very nice. These questions are very good. Why two-armed form of Krishna consider highest or best? Okay, any question anyone has? Otherwise, we can end here. Yeah, it's almost 2 hours. I didn't even realize 1:30. No, 1.5 hours. And on Srimati Radhastami, we can discuss what is Radharani's relationship with Krishna. And some questions like how does transcendental God apparently interact with illusory energy? Since Krishna is fully satisfied with his eternal associate, why does he interact with the conditioned soul? In a short, I can tell you, you can read it in Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 5th chapter, 29th verse. It explains this beautiful explanation. Why Krishna comes to this world. Not that he needs anything. In one sense, yes, because he's our loving father. Father also wants to share his opulence, wants to share his highest happiness with all of us. So he comes. And that verse gives a very nice explanation. As for the suffering of the eternal associate, these are not suffering. Separation keeps the love alive. So separation only creates more intense relishment of love. So separation is required. It's eternal. It is wonderful. Radharani was crying for 112 and a half years. 112 and a half years until Krishna returned. And she never took bath or anything. And she was completely drowned into ecstasy in separation. But then Krishna came and then everything became normal. Because Krishna never leaves Vrindavan. Actually, Krishna never goes away. There is also pastimes on that. Why Krishna blue? That's very easy. There are many reasons. Like every Rasha, there is a color. Jiva Goswami Pad writes in Gopal Champu, Uttarakhanda, chapter 34, text 85. I remember we did that Gopal Champu, where he wrote that Krishna, every day he wears 5 types of garland. 5 types of flower made the garland. Why? Because each color represent a particular relationship. Like for an example, white flower represent Santaros. Multicolor represent Daisharos. Orange color flower represent Shekharos. Crimson color represent Vatsularos or parental. And conjugal is blue color. And Jiva Goswami Pad also explained in Sandarbhas very nicely that Krishna has a complexion of bluish black, like a freshly formed monsoon cloud that are tamal tree. Why? The answer can be seen in two perspectives. I'm just giving in a short. In Krishna's perspective and Jiva's perspective. Krishna's perspective is Krishna has a very intense desire to reciprocate with his devotees. Especially in Vrindavan, Krishna becomes very intense to reciprocate with Brajabashis, just like fire. Fire moves everybody. So Krishna actually moves everybody. His love, his affection, his care for you moves you, makes you crazy to do something for him because he loves you so much. When fire becomes intense, you will see in the torch, intense at the core of the flame, it becomes bluish black. It signifies extreme hot temperature, intensity of heat. Similarly, Krishna is blackish, bluish black, rain cloud, the color of a tamal tree, or many description given here. Chandana charchita nila kalebara pita bashana vanamali. Pita bashana, yellow, kintu chandana charchita nila kalebara. Even in the blue, there is a 3 different color. There is a sky blue color, there's a London blue color, there's a Swiss blue color, different blue. Krishna is a very attractive, intense blue. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes from Jiva's perspective why Krishna is blue. After spending our life since time immemorial, we suffer threefold miseries for a long time. You can say trillions and trillions of lifetime. Then we feel completely thirsty to reunite with God in complete love. It's like a person in desert looking for water. So person in desert, when after searching for life after life, never found water in the desert, all of a sudden says the thick cloud pouring water. That cloud color is Krishna, rain cloud. That's why Krishna is also blue to us. Krishna, with his blue-black color, satisfy all our thirst. How he does that? He gives himself to us. Shemam eva param rupa puri madhu puri vara vaya kaisharam dheyam adda eva rasha para. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so happy to hear this answer from Raghupati Upadhyay, that the highest form of God is this bluish, blackish cloud color. Mahaprabhu was so happy, hearing himself Krishna and Radha together. But this truth, four truth, one is Krishna's original form, another is highest form of Krishna's activities, land is Vrindavan. Before Mahaprabhu came, Vrindavan was not well known. Mahaprabhu revealed that. Then Krishna's form, this Koishara form, which has a flute, is the origin form of God. Original God originally choose that form. And his paramour, conjugal relationship, this loveliness is the highest relishment. So like this, we can meditate whole day about Krishna. And since no question, we are going to close here, and hopefully you will have a wonderful, joyful Janmastami. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Krishna Janmastami ki jai. Gaur Premanande, Hare Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna, Pranam Prabhuji. Happy
Dandavad
Janmashtami to all.
Mother Shivani ji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavad Pranam, Happy Janmashtami
Dandavad
to you
Mother,
as well.
Happy Janmastami. Mother Aruni, Happy Janmastami. Mother
Hare
Harsha.
Krishna, Prabhuji, Danvat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Happy
Hare
Janmashtami.
Krishna. Happy Janmastami. Peace Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, happy
Jai
Janmashtami.
Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Mother Soma from England. Hare Krishna. Happy Janmastami. Mother Dandakesh from here. Mother Kaili. Okay. We're looking forward to see tonight